Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. We're here on the Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea map, and we're playing with seasons. We've just had a rather wonderful short break. We've done a little bit of surfing, a little bit of swimming. We even built a sandcastle, but now we need to head back and get on with our work. So I'm going to leave it exactly as he's done it. And it'd be quite cool if there was actually a GTX modding sticker on here as well, just to, you know, pay tribute to a spectacular modder. I mean, it made the road train pack. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's staying exactly as it is, unless GTX himself actually gives me a different version of it, and then in which case I will. But well, it depends. It depends if he wants me to. Right, you know, I think the guy is absolutely... He made the road train pack. As far as I'm concerned, he is very, very highly ranked in the world of modders, because he made that pack, and I loved that pack. I had a lot of fun with it. He also, with the road train pack, I don't know if you remember, but one of the colour options in the road train pack was hot pink. And I had hot pink tankers driving around with for a while in the road train pack, and that was just fantastic. I'm pretty sure that was the same pack that had the little joke on the side. Once you filled the tanker up with slurry, you went and either from the slurry lagoon from the cattle or from the pigs. It didn't say slurry on the side, it said political promises. And I thought that was the greatest thing ever. It was just fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that one was done, and I did not realise that GTX modding was the guy that done that, and that there are other mods that he's done as well. I can't actually remember which other mods he's done. People did tell me some of the other mods that he's done, but so I really should have a little look, and we'll see what else the guy has done. But I mean, that road train pack was amazing. I think there may be another road train pack. Whether it's been updated or not, I'm not going to use it unless it's actually been officially updated by him or officially approved by him, because of the whole, you know, if modifying a mod and then using it for yourself, that's fine. If somebody takes a mod that someone else has made and they modify it so, and, you know, let me have it just for the series, I do that, and I don't publicly release it. It does not get released. I just use it for the series. But taking a mod, and that's generally something that's considered acceptable, but taking a mod and publicly releasing it when you don't have permission from the original modder, that's a little bit more that's a bit more iffy. That's a bit more sort of well, it's frowned upon. In it's not technically, well, it's not illegal. And technically it's allowed because Giants own the mods. So there's a thing that says that Giants own the mods, but it's very impolite and it's frowned upon a great deal by the modding community in general. So it's not something that I'm going to promote. It's definitely not something that I want to promote, and it's something that I avoid doing. So I'm not, I don't provide links unless the original modder has had something to do with it. Except, sort of, it gets to a point, like some mods from a much older version of the game, it becomes a bit of a grey area. Because if you take a mod that was made for FS19, for example, and you can't find the original modder, if you do take some steps, if you make some effort to try and find the original modder, and you cannot locate the person, you don't know who he is, no sort of contact information, is it acceptable to update an FS13 mod after you've taken steps to try to locate the original modder, cannot find him, or her, cannot find him or her, is it then acceptable to update that mod to FS19 and release it? Giving credit to the original modder, but then credit for yourself for the work that you've then gone and done on the mod, and the fact that it's been hugely updated. Is that acceptable? Now, I'm not talking, I am asking this question to the community in general. Do you consider this to be acceptable? In particular, if there's anybody that does modding and releases actual new mods to the game on a regular or semi-regular basis, as part of the modding community, do you find this to be acceptable? This is something that I'm a little bit curious about, as because of a conversation that I seen a little while ago. Would it be acceptable to take something from FS13 or FS15 and being unable, having taken steps to try to find the original modder, being unable to find them, would it be acceptable to update said mod and release it, giving the original modder credits in the description when you release it? Would that be an acceptable thing to do, or is it something that you as the modding community feel shouldn't be done? Even though the person has taken steps to try to locate the original modder, it's still not their intellectual property. I mean, technically it's Giants, but you know where I'm coming from with this. Would it be acceptable to do it? Or do you think that that is unacceptable and shouldn't be done? If you cannot find the original modder, then too bad. You should respect the fact that he's the original modder and not do anything with it, regardless of whether you can find him or not. If the guy's dropped off the planet, too bad. Don't do it. Don't just... Absolutely no way, don't do it at all. Or do you think that it is acceptable? You've taken the necessary steps, and you feel that it would be all right. So I'm curious. I'm not trying to stir up any trouble or anything like that, but I'm very curious what people in general think of this. So what do you, the viewer, think? You as the consumer of the game, what do you think of this? Do you think that that would be acceptable or not? And anybody that actually does any modding, if I've got any modders who watch this series, I would love to hear from you, and I would love to hear what you think of that process. What do you think? Do you think that that is an acceptable thing or not? Do you think that's something that should be avoided or something that is acceptable? Right, I think I've made that point. I've just sort of belabored that point on and on and on. So we will leave that now. I've just got a little tiny bit more to do over here, and then we are done with all planting of grass, and we are also done with... bring that over there. I think I already did that little bit, but there's a bit there that is missing. We're done with the planting of the grass. Oop, steady. I could do with some more fertilizer on the field, but I've only just applied a layer of fertilizer using this one. So we've got to wait until the grass has grown a little bit, until the crop has grown a little bit, before we can go applying any more fertilizer. So I can't do anything there. I could go and put a layer of fertilizer on the field up there that we've just gone and ploughed before we go and do anything else to it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave that one as it is. Right, is that... I'm just looking along here to see if there's anything missing. Any little tiny patches? Nope, there isn't. That's all done. Okay, so we'll switch that one off and we'll fold this bad boy up. We'll take this back to the yard. Now, this tractor is up... I didn't actually wash the John Deere when I put it away. I'm sort of thinking that we should have washed that one, and the plough as well. And we could do with hosing this one. This one's absolutely filthy. So we could do with hosing this one off as well. So we clean these up. Before I clean these up, we're going to go and we're going to buy the new Bednar. We're going to buy the Challenge. We don't need to buy the Challenger. We're going to get the Challenger. We'll buy the Bednar cultivator. We'll get the Challenger and we'll bring those over. I've got those two over there sort of for smaller fields. But... I mean, really, I suppose I could just put the Challenger on there and save the 120,000 euros, because we are going to want that for a lot of other things, aren't we? We don't have fertilizer spreaders, we don't have sprayers, and all of those things. We want big scale, don't we? I got a combine. Alright, you know what, How much? I said I was going to use the Bednar. I said that I was going to use... There's a bigger one, isn't it? Maybe we should lease... We could lease it. It's $6,000 to lease. I tell you what, we'll lease it because then we can try it out. We can see if it's going to be suited for our farm or not. Or maybe, like, that one's... I know the series is supposed to be as big as we can possibly go, but... Oh! Okay, I would just like to say, Mr. JimmyJay, sir, you moved the spawn point for the shop outside of the shop. Mr. JimmyJay, sir, you did that. You did a thing. And whilst it was very good because it stops the big machinery from being spawned inside the shop, although I did have my own sort of take on that right here, it was then going to, like, put the things over there. This doesn't seem to quite cover what I wanted. Yeah. Just want to point out here that right there is because of a former employee on this farm called JimmyJay. He's now been fired. he's now been fired. Absolutely, completely, and totally fired. I'm just going to buy... Hang on, let's get... This is brilliant. Let's get a front weight a minute. We go to the front weights. We go to these. There, right there. I'm going to get a red one. I'm going to buy that bad boy. And okay. Now, where's that one going to land? Well, that one lands down there. Just like that. So let's go here. We'll go to that bit. And I'll go there. And I'll reset that one. Okay. Oh, no! I see. Right. His spawn point is just outside the shop. But... because the Bednar is such a long vehicle, it's not allowing it to properly spawn, and it's spawning it half in the wall and half out the wall. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oops. Jimmy, I hope you realise what you've done here. I hope you're proud of yourself. You're proud of that little bit of work that you've done there. I'm absolutely calling you out on this because it's really funny. Right, Control S. Alt S is seasons, Control S is the guidance. I'm going to turn off the lines. I'll probably use it at some point. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this one. I'm going to park this tractor over here because I'm hoping that will stop this Bednar from spawning there when I reset it again. I'm going to go there. Oh no, that's in the shop. There we go, that's the one I want. Right, reset, yes. Now where are you? Right, now it's over there. That's where we want it. Oh, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. I imagine he's probably watching this and thumping his head against his own desk in frustration at this particular little job. That's all right. We'll forgive you this once. We'll forgive you. I mean, you're still fired. Don't get me wrong. You're no longer employed here on the farm. You can go and find yourself another job. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to forgive you. I will forgive you, but you're still fired. There, okay? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. We can ask other people. Smoodalini, you're probably watching this as well. What do you think? Do you think young Jimmy... and Duck Zorley may be watching it, because I went and mentioned his tractor over there. So he may be around at the moment. What do you feel? Do you think we should give a little bit... Do you think we should go easy on JimmyJay for this, or do you think that we should absolutely throw him to the wolves? I thought for a minute that those wheels were just dragging along sideways, but they're not dragging along sideways at all. And we're going to go this way. Oops. This one's a little bit sensitive on steering at the moment. We're going to go up here, like that, and then I need to turn left here, along this way. We'll follow the road all the way round. Get up there to that field, then we can unfold, and we'll do once around the outside, and then I'm going to leave the hired help doing the rest. I'm hoping the hired help can cope with it. It'd be very good if it can. This over here. That was absolutely brilliant. I did not expect that to get stuck. It's a very, very long machine, though, isn't it? I'm not quite sure why it was getting stuck like that, but anyway, it did, so we all had fun. Bring you in here. Now, how does this one unfold? Am I supposed to, like, be, you know, because sometimes when you unfold things, you got to sort of do a lot of driving around as they unfold, but I don't think you do this. Oh. Yeah, you do. You got to do it like that. You got to back up as this one unfolds. Then it lowers down like that. Down into the ground. And I'll bring you out this way. Now I got to see if I can actually do this job. So we'll lower you down there. Got an 8... What is this? This is an 18-meter seed drill. Not seed drill. 18-meter cultivator, this one is. There. I like the fact that the Bednar is yellow and we got the Challenger going with it. This is a good mix. However, something's not quite right about this image. Honestly, we've made a mistake. This is my fault. This is entirely my fault. I do apologize, but we have made a mistake here. I got to drive this one back to the yard a minute because there's something very, very important we got to do. Get in the comment section and tell me what horrible, horrible mistake you think I've made before I started working on that field. I'm sure some of you will know. I'm sure some of you will be able to identify it. But not everybody. Possibly, you know, some people may not realize the horrible, horrible mistake that I've made. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to speed up time because we don't actually need to keep this on the very first day the entire time. So I'm going to speed up time like this. We've still got to go and wash those. We'll come back and wash those. Let's squeeze in through there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the farm workshop is over here. Now, is it in this bit, or is it somewhere else? So I'm just going to go to there a minute. Shut that engine off, and we'll come over to here. Right, that's not the farm workshop. I thought that was a farm workshop. So what I will do instead... Oh, hang on, I know what I'm going to... First of all, let me just look here if I got a farm workshop. I don't see a workshop marked on the map, so instead what I will do is... we need to go to placeables for that one. There's the global company. I want to go to... No, I don't want to go to farmhouses. I want to go to miscellaneous, I think it is. I'm going to go through all of these toys and treats and go with the usual one. Because we've got this bit here that we can actually use as a farm workshop, I'm going to go with the toolbox. I love this one. I think this is a really, really cool mod. So I'm going to bring that one around like that. There. And I bring that down there. This object collides with an object. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to rotate it out. And I'm going to put it... See, I can't put it inside the shed. Oh, yes, I can. It's there that I can't put it. I'm going to drop that one down there. It's just outside, but that then should give us an area that we can sort of work with. Here you can customize your vehicle. So it's not inside the shed that we're able to do this now. We've got to be just outside the shed to make it work. It's got to be over here. But it's dark. It's dark time now. So before we worry about going off there, I love... This is one thing I do really like with Seasons, is just how dark things get. I think this is absolutely brilliant. Let's go into you a minute. We've only got 2 lots of lights with this one. I don't have high beams and low beams. No. That's both. Well, that's the back lights. I thought 5 and 4 were the other ones. Anyway, there's the tractor at night. You don't have high beams and low beams on that, which does seem a little bit strange. Let's turn the lights off. It's gone 8 o'clock now, so we need to run over here and get some sleep. Much needed shut-eye. We will go for 11 hours sleep, so it can take us through until 7 o'clock in the morning. And, ooh, I don't like that. We're stuck in a tree. Like for... Oh, I see why. We went and it sort of morphed us over to the other part of the map. The one of the other homes that we've got. There are many homes that we've got on this map. It's going to take us to 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll slow time down now. So we're second day on early spring. Over here. We've got all of that land to do over there. A little bit of fertilizing that we want to do. And we've actually got some weeds here. 2 patches of weeds there and 2 little patches of weeds over here. So they're already coming through. Let's go and have a look. I want to go and see these. Have we got anything grown, like, is the seed germinated? Right, well, it's a different growth stage on the ground, and you can see the weeds over there. Go back here. Look, it's now gone from planted to this new stage. Right, we've now got it growing instead of just planted. I'll run over this way. Before previous fallow. Previous was fallow. 100% fertilized. Germinated grass. Weed 0%. But if you look over here, we've actually got weeds. Now, I didn't realize that weeds even... I don't know if weeds affect grass in seasons or not. I've no idea if they affect the yield of it in seasons. And I don't know if lime affects it either. Fruit-type grass needs lime. It's got it in big orange letters. So does anybody know if lime affects the yield of grass in seasons? Yes or no? Oh, no, I don't want that one. I want... It's that one that I want. There, right. Now, where's the workshop? There's our workshop. So I want to go to Customize. And then I want to go in here. We've got triple wheels. Very, very cool. Twin wheels. Honestly, it's not a lot of difference between triples and twins. And triple wheels do look cool, but I'm actually thinking that it would be better to have the double wheels. They're a little bit narrower. And honestly, I prefer it with the wider wheels. I do actually like the look of it better. I mean, yeah, it's quite cool to say that you got triple wheels. But honestly, I think it does look better with the doubles on it. They just sort of seem a better fit to the tractor than the triple wheels. Plus, I'm not sure I'd be able to fit out through here with triple wheels on. I'm sure I can get... Yeah, I can get through here with the doubles. That's good. Go out there with that one. And then we'll go up through here. So all of the grass has germinated. We've reached that point. That's good. I'm liking this. I'll take you up here. I still haven't got any grass that I can actually cut. There's no grass anywhere that we can go and cut, which means that we're not going to be able to get cows yet. Cows is one of the next things that I want to get. I want to be able to have cows. Now that this is germinated, though, we are going to be able to do fertilizer. So as soon as we've done one circuit around the edge of the field with this one, like this, there you are. Yeah, you're lowered down. Soon as we've done one circuit around the field with this bad boy, let's just have a look at that now. Honestly, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Doesn't that look a lot better? Let's get started with the actual cultivating then. Try and keep it away from here. This is why I don't want to be doing the creation of the fields with cultivators, because honestly, something this big, I'm just not very good at following the edge of the field. When it's a bit close to the tractor, and also when it's not an Arctic... I mean, yeah, I did do this with the John Deere, but I'm a lot better at judging the distance when I'm in a regular tractor and something that's a little bit narrower than this. It's a completely different completely different experience using massive machinery like this compared to smaller machinery. You get used to judging distances when you're used to using machines anywhere from sort of 3 to 6 meters wide, maybe up to 8 meters wide. But when you go to 18 meters, that's altogether different. I mean, yes, if you're already used to getting, iron in the distance on a machine, you'd probably pick it up reasonably quickly. It probably wouldn't take you all that long to get used to something absolutely massive like this. But it would still take a bit of time. Right? It is different. It's a lot different doing this than it would be using the stuff that I'm used to. So I'm not ever going to suggest that I could jump into a machine like this and instantly be able to perfectly follow an edge all the way round with something this wide, it would take me some time to get used to it. Add to the fact that I haven't really driven... I've driven tractors on and off. Same with other machinery. I've done more digger work in the last 10 years than I have anything else. But I haven't really driven tractors for any length of time at all in the last 14 years. It's been 14 years since I spent hours in a tractor. I've done the odd bit here and there, so every now and then I'll sort of go and do a half a day for someone because they want me to help them out with something, and you very quickly remember how to do it and judge different distances and stuff like that. And things like walloping trees are still generally frowned upon. I mean, things like going and hitching in a trailer or something like that with a tractor, that's something you never forget. If you're able to do it, you go back to a tractor without having touched one for 10 years and you still be able to do it. That's not the sort of thing that you forget. It's just lining that up it becomes a second nature sort of situation to you. There are other aspects of it, because it's been so long since I sat in a tractor. It takes, it does take you 30 minutes or so to get used to it again. It takes a little while. A bit like riding a bike. You don't forget how to do it, but there are certain aspects to riding a bicycle that take you a minute or two to sort of, to come back. You've got to just remind your body how to balance correctly and how to... Like, if you want to do something like cycle really slowly over really rough terrain and go around really sharp corners and that, getting the balance just right, it takes just a minute or two to train your body back into achieving that sense of balance again. It's something that does sort of disappear a little bit over time, and then you just got to remind yourself how to do it. It's not that you forget, it's just that you've got to remind yourself. So having a sip of drink. That's better. It's always important for the coffee to keep flowing. The coffee must flow. I mean, yes, some people will tell you that the spice must flow, but I personally believe that the coffee must flow. It's more important to keep the coffee flowing than it is the spice. If anybody knows what I'm talking about there, feel free to put it into the comment section. I've never actually read the books. I've never read the books, I'm ashamed to say. There is a whole long series of books, and they are on my to-read list. And every time I think about them, I think I really need to get them. Unfortunately, because of my lifestyle, it's rather difficult for me to find time to sit down with a book. I've always got my phone with me, and I've got one or two books on my phone, and I'm usually reading. I will read, a few pages a day of a book that I have on my phone. But actually having a physical book and turning the pages, because of my lifestyle at the moment, I just don't have the time to sit and do it. I literally just don't have the time. So I would very much like to get the set of books that I alluded to just now. But I'm going to need to get them on my phone instead. So I'll either have to get them with the Kindle, because I got a Kindle. I got an iPhone. So I got the Kindle Reader program on there. So I either need to buy the books for the Kindle Reader, or I need to buy them with the iBook thing. Is it iBooks? I don't know. It's usually everything, isn't it? iMusic, iBooks, iRecords, cassette tapes. They probably do cassette tapes somewhere, don't they? It would not surprise me in the slightest to find out that that is actually a thing. I'm going to wallop that tree. Something awful right there. Look at that. It's not the way to behave. So yeah, I've got those books on my to-read list. I would very much like to read them, and I absolutely intend. Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like? And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.